This is a Train the Trainer video for how to teach the second part of the variation for the AdLibs recipe. So we're going to go ahead and look at what we did after variation 1, which, to refresh you, is we changed from just single variables to the key value pairs, or kind of like an array, if you will, with the word list. And then we changed the string concatenation with the current story. We replaced that with parser.merge. So we're going to go ahead and run that, and we're showing it still in a message box. So we're going to make our own adlib here. So give me an adverb.
Weirdly.
Weirdly. Okay. And then give me a verb that ends in ed.
Sneezed.
Sneezed. And then give me a sneeze. Is that spelling right? Give me a body part.
Elbow.
Elbow. Okay. And read the adlib.
Today I woke weirdly. Then I sneezed my elbow.
That's a pretty good ad-lib, but the display mechanism is pretty boring in this message box. So in this third section of this recipe, we're going to make the display a lot more fun. So in order to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to translate line 14. So read that out. Read that out for me.
Replace the message box with the viewer display RTF file operation. Show the current story.
Okay, so we're going to use the viewer object. And on the viewer object, we have only one method, and that's to display the RTF file. So we're going to just display this as an RTF right off the bat, and then we'll worry about formatting it in just a minute. So current story, let's just bring up the current story, okay, and we'll comment out the message box here, and then we will give this a run. Okay, so we're going to run it, and of course we need the same three. What was the adverb again? Weirdly, right?
Yes.
Weirdly, and then what was it? Was sneezed, right? Sneezed, and then it was elbow, the body part. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Notice Word is opening because that's the default for RTF file, and you can use Word or WordPad for this, or anything that opens RTF. So here we see it. It's still a little bit boring. So even though it opens in Word, what we want to do is we want to take advantage of all the formatting capabilities. So we're going to close this out, and we don't need this message box anymore, so we're going to get rid of that by pressing
Control L.
And get rid of line 13 by pressing
Control L.
Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to open Word or WordPad, and then what's the rest of line 8 say?
Copy the story text into Word.
Okay, and what we mean by story text is in parser.merge. I'm going to just take out, we have an extra space in here. I'm going to take that out from inside of here. We're going to just copy this story text all the way up to where it says words, and we're going to open up WordPad. We're going to open WordPad and open that up, and then we're going to paste it in, and we're going to take out the quotes and just have basically this. Now this part you're going to probably have to guide the kids, because a lot of kids don't know how to work with the file system, and that's one of the things we want to teach through this recipe. So we're going to save as a rich text document, and we're going to save in the file system. So we're going to want at the root of C to create, and you can create any folder because it's configurable, but what we write in the variation is my template, and then after they create the folder, that they create a file called template RTF. It is important that they save it as an RTF. The way that this is method is designed to work is with an RTF file only. So we'll click Save, and we're going to just leave this open, and this is our template. So what does that mean? How does that work? Well, in order for that to work, notice we've done line 9. So read line 9. Read line 9.
Save as C, my template. Template file RTF.
Okay, and then notice how we numbered this 2.0, 2.1, 2.2. What that means, of course, in our teacher direction for the recipes is that you do these 3 lines together before you run it. And then the last thing that we want to do is we want to do what it says in line 10. So go ahead and read out line 10.
Replace the regular merge with merge RTF file using the path to the file and the words.
Okay, so we want to look at the new method here, and we can just do our dot. And we can see that we got merge RTF file. And can you read the documentation just so we can see what that does and why we're switching to that?
The merge is a template in the form of a rich text file usually created using WordPad. It gives you back the RTF text, which you can display using the viewer.
Okay, so that's the one that we want. So we're going to use the merge RTF file, and then we don't want to have the actual story. What is it that we want to put in here? Not the story, rather we want to have what?
The location of where we put the template into WordPad.
Okay, so that is C:\/ my template, and did we call it template? Was that right? Template RTF. We'll find out in a minute, huh? If we can't find it. I think if I just pop this open, we should see it. Template RTF. That looks right. So we're replacing the story with the path to the template. Okay? So when we run it right now, it's not really going to do anything super exciting because we haven't done any formatting. But let's just run it. Let's give it a run here and see how it looks. Okay, so let's do different adverbs this time. Go ahead. Adverb.
Loudly.
Loudly. Okay. Oops. I'm off on my keyboard here. Loudly. Okay, then let's do a verb ending in ed.
Brood.
B-R-E-W-E-D. Is that right? Brood. Okay, and let's do a body part.
Eyelashes.
Eyelashes. Okay, now, where is this going to open? It's going to open in a message box or where?
Word.
It's going to open in Word, yeah, because we've got the, so there it is. Today I woke loudly, then I brewed my eyelashes. That's kind of funky and strange. And if you notice that this is a temp file, so if you notice up at the top, this is a temp file. So again, we're teaching kids to work with the file system. So we've got the rendering file, and then we have the template file. You see how there are two different files? And kids may get confused on which one to work with. Now, you see that it looks exactly the same. It has brown text, same font, the Consolis font, so on and so forth. So if we close this out, and we have a little bit of fun with the template file, this is where we start to teach the kids about the power of Model View Controller, because we're separating out the data. So let's pick a font. Let's pick something kind of fun. Let's pick Comic Sans, because that's always a fun font. Comic Sans, and what color should we pick? Let's pick a bigger size. Comic Sans 18. What color would you like?
Red, please.
Let's try red, okay. And then we can use our, we can go ahead and do Comic Sans red again over here. Just typing in, and we can make it, I think we made it a bigger size, so say 14, and then red. Okay, and then notice how we're just formatting from the parser the items that are being substituted. So Comic Sans and 14, and then we got that one red, and let's maybe make that a little bit bigger, and let's say 12, and then let's put a picture in here. So let's get a picture, and we'll just pick out a picture. Let's pick some flowers maybe. Let's see what we got here. We've got some pretty flowers to put in here. Okay, and maybe we'll make this picture a little bit smaller because we can. And now let's save this. Now let's see what happens when we run this. Okay, and we can just keep it open. We don't have to close it. So let's run it. Let's give it some different values. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is an adverb. Think of the flower picture. So
Florally.
okay, let's just say, okay, florally. All right, and then let's think of an ed verb.
Dusted.
Dusted. Okay, and then a body part.
Trachea.
Oh, that's too hard. Something simpler. How about mouth? Let's do mouth, okay? All right, so now where's this going to open?
Word.
In Word. And what we're going to see is not only are we making our MadLib, but because we've got our separate viewer that we can format and we can work on separately of the data that's coming in, it's going to display, once it opens up here, with all of our glory of our fonts and our picture. So a lot of fun, introduces kids to the idea of Model View Controller. And you know, we encourage when you're teaching this to let the kids go crazy and bring in all kinds of pictures and formatting and make a great MadLib. So I'm going to let you finish by reading your MadLib that you made. Go ahead.
Today, I woke florally. Then, I dusted my mouth.
Okay, thanks very much.